Serving all of San Diego, this is your Fox 5 News.
More and more businesses are using social media these days. Coming up, we're going to chat with an expert, plus learn the do's and don'ts of social media for small business.
Well, thanks to the internet, innovative entrepreneurs can thrive in a tough economy if they know how to make social media work for them. So joining us this morning is John McCusick, co-founder of the Gary Group, which helps small businesses succeed. John, good to have you here. If you're a small business owner, this is going to be some good information for you, especially if you don't know what to do with all the social networking sites.
Definitely. Well, yeah, thank you for having us. And yeah, we're excited to be here and talk about how social media can really help small businesses. There's a lot of do's and don'ts of social media and how companies are taking advantage of it.
Well, social media has been around for a few years, so there's some businesses that have really hopped on board that train. They've been taking advantage of it. But what are some of the biggest mistakes that small business owners make when it comes to social media?
I'd definitely say the #1 mistake is people not doing it. So not actually setting up a social media account, kind of just being afraid of it, whether it's the technology part of it. It's just you really need to get in there, get your feet wet, and give it a shot.
So when you're referring to these social media websites, we're talking Facebook, we're talking, what else?
Yeah, Twitter.
Twitter.
Yeah,
what are some other ones? I mean, those are the most common ones, right? So Facebook and Twitter. Are there any other ones that we might not know about?
Yeah, so definitely LinkedIn is a big one. So LinkedIn for
okay.
Businesses, so you can do your business networking. It's a great one. There's also Foursquare, which is a really interesting one nowadays. We're more in kind of a location-based social media aspect. So before it was you're on your computer, and now today you can have your phone and you can kind of be anywhere in the world, and you can check in, and it really changes the way things are done on social media.
So there's companies out there that have obviously created businesses like the Gary Group that do this. If you have a little bit of money and a budget to be able to pass it off to a company, they would do it through you or a company like yours. But if you're on your own and you're a small business owner who's struggling right now in this economy, you can do this on your own, and it's inexpensive? Is there any cost to this?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great thing about social media. It's an organic media. So basically, you can go in there and just as much time as you have, you can spend and go and communicate with your customers. It's not paid media where you have to pay for every click. You'd have to pay for a CPM type of experience. So really, it's organic. It can get its own legs. People can start talking about you and spread the word.
Do more people take advantage of those sites and see more about your business through social networking than you would on a typical billboard or typical commercials that we're usually all accustomed to?
I don't know if it's necessarily more people. It's just a different type of thing. It's more of a conversation. So instead of a billboard where it's just you drive by it and you see it and it's saying one thing to you, social media, you can customers can talk back to you, and you can monitor that.
You know, I've wondered this because once a business gets up on Facebook, Twitter, all of these. I have a small business, I was just telling you, and I've always wondered, how do you then increase the viewership and getting people active on it? What are some little tricks?
It's tricky. I think the main thing, you want to really provide value. If you're just being too salesy, you're getting in there, people aren't going to be real interested. If you're giving back, you're giving coupons, you're making that a goal to get more subscribers, it's going to be helpful.
So you actually have 10 tips to creating a great social media campaign. So here are some of the 10 tips from what we see over here, John. One is to don't be afraid. Right?
Yeah, don't be afraid. And that keeps coming up because it's an uncontrolled environment. People can say anything they want to say about your company. So you just get in there, get your feet wet, try it out, and then once you're comfortable, you can actually bring in a company like us to take you to the next level.
Okay, and then there's also like having a plan, provide some value to your company?
Or yeah, to your customers.
To your customers, okay. Yep. Be consistent. What does that mean?
So just make sure, like, across all media channels that you're advertising on, make sure that you're kind of have the same kind of vibe or same kind of communications.
Let's take a look, if we can, at the last 5 of them, because we showed you the first 5, the engaging your audience, integrate with other marketing, right?
Yep. So that's definitely with the billboards. You can say, hey, come to our Twitter page, or follow our Twitter, go to our Facebook, become a fan. Really integrating across different medias is going to make it the most valuable resource for you.
And be funny. Have a sense of humor, right? I like that one. I like that one. Well, John McCusick, thank you for coming in from the Gary Group. That's some really good information, especially for small business owners. We know that it's just a bad time right now, and a lot of people are struggling. But hopefully this information will get their business going a little bit. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll be back right after this.